Anytime God wants you to shift, anytime you have to shift, anytime you have to shift your mindset, anytime you have to shift your environment, it's because a new level is calling you. It's because something greater is on the inside of you that is trying to get out. It means that it's time to elevate. So if you find yourself becoming uninterested in reality TV's shows, or, you know, watching YouTube videos all day, like if you find yourself like just having a desire to do something new or do something else, it's time for you to shift. Never ever, never ever, you will never ever, never ever, never ever, you will never ever, never ever, never ever, you will never ever break my heart again. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Big Drea, not the little one. Don't play with her. Back with another video. Look, I'm coming at y'all with some new content, so you might as well subscribe. Okay? You might as well subscribe. You might as well go listen to my new EP that I put out last month. Stop playing with her. Okay? Things I never said. Okay? Go listen. Go support. Okay? Go check out them vlogs that I've been posting. You know what I'm saying? Look, we got content galore, okay? We got a lot of content going over here, but look, today, I'm coming at you woman to woman. I'm coming at you as your big sis. I'm coming at you as your auntie, you know, depending on how old you are. As you can tell by the title, I'm coming at you today just to give you a little wisdom, a little advice. I want to share with you my experience along my journey with womanhood, just becoming a woman, becoming my own woman, becoming a follower of Jesus Christ. You already know I love the Lord and the Lord loved me. Like, just want to come at you today and give you a little bit of wisdom, some things that I've been learning along the journey of my womanhood. So I really want you girls to start focusing on you. I am 32 years old. If you didn't know, she looks 25. If I do say so myself. I'll be 33 this year, but when I tell y'all, I have just been in a season of like learning and growing and healing and just seeing things differently, right? Like my perspective has totally changed on a lot of things, especially life, especially womanhood. I'm using that word womanhood because I really feel like that's the season that I'm in right now. My womanhood journey, becoming a woman, becoming a soft-spoken woman, becoming a more feminine woman, becoming a more wise woman, becoming a Proverbs 31 woman. Like, she gonna give you a little Bible, okay? But for the most part, we're gonna keep it real over here, okay? Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. Like, I'm not one of them. Okay, I'm not one of them. Like, let's keep it a buck, okay? For my New York girlies, like, let's keep it a buck, let's keep it a thou wow, okay? Son, B, money. As a 32-year-old, I've realized that the majority of my 20s, even my whole life, I would say, I have been solely focused on relationships. I grew up in a two-parent household, so I was exposed to my mother and my father's relationship. I was growing up just watching how my mom took care of the house, watching how my dad went to work, watching how, well, both of my parents worked, but watching my mother specifically take care of the household, take care of, you know, my dad and things like that. So clearly, that's what I wanted. Clearly, I grew up seeing that. So, I would want to mimic that in all of my relationships, even childhood relationships. Like, I can remember being in relationships as young as like third or fourth grade, and being a wife, like making sure, you know, he ate his lunch, making sure, you know, he did his work, you know, just really being like this mother, this caregiver, I should say. And I have always been like that in all of my relationships, whether they deserved it or not. Giving wifely duties as a girlfriend. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that later on in another episode, okay? In another video or something, okay? We're gonna talk about that, but for now, we're just gonna talk about this. We're gonna keep it, we're gonna keep it right here. But yeah, I've always been exposed to that type of behavior, that type of nurturing in relationships. So in all of my relationships, I found my identity in my ability to care for my man. Not my identity in Christ, not my identity in, just who I am as a woman, who I am as a person, as a human being. I found my identity in what I can be in a relationship, what I can be for other people, who I can be for other people. And in my 20s, I stayed in the longest relationship of my life, way past the time I was supposed to stay in it. And I found my identity in that. I focused solely on how can I be a better girlfriend? How can I be a better, cook? How can I be a better caregiver? How can I make sure this man would stay in my life? How can I make sure our relationship is good and it's never going to be on the rocks? And if it is on the rocks, it won't stay on there too long. Like, I've always been a woman who loves self-development and personal development. So my focus would just be on how can I become a better girlfriend or a better, person in a relationship. And I only focused on relationships. I didn't focus on my school. Okay. I didn't focus on education. I didn't focus on developing a skill set. I didn't focus on any of that. I didn't focus on me, my mental health. I didn't focus on anything pertaining to me. I only and solely focused on relationships, and that has literally bit me in the butt, okay, for years. It wasn't my detriment, because God will turn that thing around. He will work all things together for the good, right? But it delayed me in some areas, and the areas that I am pursuing now, the areas that I am focused on now, I feel like, yes, I'm in the right season to pursue those things and focus on those things. But had I focused on those things then, I probably would have been further along than where I am now. I feel like at 32, I'm literally starting my life over again. Like, I feel like God is pressing the redo button, like really saying to me, Drea, you have been focused on the wrong thing this whole time. Now that you are more mature, now that you have had those experiences, now that you can hear my voice, right? This is God talking to me. Now that you can hear, now that you are in right relationship with me, let's go ahead and focus on the things that I actually want you to focus on, which is your mental health, your health. Okay, we're gonna get into that. Your femininity, like your womanhood. Like, I always focused on relationships because that's what I was exposed to. Watching music videos and watching, these reality TV shows and this and that. Everybody was always in a relationship, right? So I felt that my worth was in a relationship. So when I got out of that relationship, I realized, okay, who am I? Who in the heck am I? And so when I began my relationship, growing my relationship with God, it was literally like, it was just like this whole new world. You know what I'm saying? I tapped into my creativity. I tapped into my music a little bit more. I found out I was an entrepreneur. I found out the reason why I didn't like working for anybody is because I would rather do my own thing. I am a creative. The reason why I couldn't sit still in school was because I'm always just bopping around trying to find some excitement because I'm bored. I'm not being stimulated, right? So when I got out that relationship, God literally started like ripping off the layers and showing me like, you're actually good at this. Why don't you pursue that? You actually have a gift to do this. Why don't you pursue that? I've had a lot of shifts in my focus. I've had a lot of things that God will reveal to me over time. When I was healed enough from that last relationship, God started showing me who I am as a woman, who I am as a person, who I am as a child of God. When I became an adult, really an adult, leaving my parents' house, coming into my own apartment again, he showed me who I am as an independent woman, right? So there has always been layers, but mainly I've realized that every single time my focus shift, I shifted. Every single time I put my focus into the right things, I grew. Every time I shifted my focus into the right things, it allowed me to get closer and closer to the vision, closer and closer to pursuing the thing that God always had for me to pursue. I'm more closer to the promise. I'm more closer to just the vision, the things, the business, and all of these ideas. I'm more closer to that now than I was 10 years ago. Why? Because my focus shifted. Okay? I know relationships are important to women. I know that. I am a testament of that. I would love to be married. Hello, I would love to have a family. I would love to do that. But right now in this season, I feel like God is calling me to shift my focus into business and entrepreneurship. And one thing about shifts is you have to identify when a shift is happening. So right now, I feel as though God is shifting my focus into my career and what that is going to look like, whether that is in my corporate job. I do have a 9 to 5 right now, but until I can do entrepreneurship full time. But I believe that he is shifting my focus into my career. What type of skill sets do I need in this season? What type of things do I need to develop in me right now, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, to be able to obtain certain aspects of my career? When you think about entrepreneurship and business, no one seems to think about the leadership that is required, the skill set that is required. Nobody thinks about that, right? Everybody just thinks about, oh, I'm going to make my own money. I'm going to make a ton of money and that's going to be it. And this and this and that. Like, there are leadership qualities. There are qualities in general that you have to develop in order to obtain the thing that God is calling you to shift into. Your mindset has to shift. Your focus has to shift. You sitting down every single day watching YouTube videos, consuming Instagram, scrolling all day is not conducive to the things that you should be focusing on to get you to where you actually want to go. There are some things that literally are taking your focus away from what you actually need to be focused on. For example, when I got out of that relationship, God put me in a season where I needed to focus on my spiritual development. Literally, I've been in that season for what? 5-6 years. And that journey looked like me reading my word, me getting into my Bible, me, praying and fasting and, just really going hard for the Lord, really just adopting his ways, really just learning, the principles and the disciplines and things like that in the Bible and actually implementing them in my life. Right? So I went through a season of really focusing on my spirituality journey. Now that I'm in this new season, I feel like God is shifting my focus, and literally he got to pull me out of that secret place. Like literally he got to pull me up out of there, because I be want to stay up in the secret place all day, every day. But God be like, that's enough. I need you to go out into the world. And I need you to become what I need you to become, because I got some things for you to do. You can come visit me anytime you want to. I'm always here. But spending all your time here, I need you to get up out of here. Okay? I need you to get up out this secret place. All right? Go out into the world. Do what I called you to do. And that has been a tug of war for me, because that place that I was in where I didn't have a job, I was literally in my parents' house. All I did was read the Bible, watch sermons, pray, fast, listen to worship music, like all day. Now that I have this job, and I've been having this job for a while, but when I first got that job last year, I noticed that my focus had to shift into the part of the vision that God gave me. My focus had to shift to developing a skill set in order to get that piece of the puzzle that will go with the vision, right? So I was spending all of this time, developing myself spiritually. Now, God literally shifted me and was like, okay, I need you to learn about business. I need you to learn about project management. I need you to learn how to manage projects. I need you to get into management. I need you to get into this. I need you to get into that. I shifted my focus into my music journey. Literally putting myself out there as a music artist, as an independent music artist. There has been multiple shifts that has happened, but these shifts are in alignment. These shifts had to happen to get on the path, to stay and continue to get onto the path where he actually wants us to go. A lot of times when our focus is off, we stay stagnant. Literally staying in a place that is no longer conducive to who we are becoming. I realized that since I never focused on me, now would be a great time to do so. Just to become intimate with myself, to stop running away from emotions, to stop running away from, the things in my past that I never confronted. Okay? If you are constantly worried about other people, focused on the wrong things, focused on the stuff that you used to be focused on, focusing on the man, moment of silence, because that was for somebody. Was it for me? It was probably for you too. There are some things that is like literally on the inside of you that needs to come out. There's an idea on the inside of you. There is a vision on the inside of you that is screaming to come out. Like, I know you feel it. I know you feel it. But it's very important for you to start focusing on things that will help get you to where you need to be. For example, my health. I never focused on my health, never took anything serious. And I have Crohn's disease. Never took anything serious. The fact that I'm anemic, the fact that I done had multiple surgeries, to think that would have, caused me to go on a health journey. To think that would have got my life together. But now that God is showing me more and more aspects of the vision, I actually have to be healthy to obtain that, to sustain that, to maintain that. I can't be doing what I'm doing in my health journey there. I can't be eating what I want. I can't be doing what I want. I can't be eating what I want because it's not going to work over there. Okay? Right now is a place where we are, just still kind of trying to figure it out. But the more you focus on yourself, you start to focus on the future. You start to focus on the vision and the things that you actually want to do. You start focusing on the business more. You start focusing on branding. You start learning all of these things about business. You start learning all of these things that are outside of your comfort zone. I guess what I am really trying to say to you girls is that it's time to focus on you, because no one is going to obtain that vision for you. The things you're praying for, yes, God is going to give you those things and it's going to happen, but faith without works is dead. Like, you got to put in some type of work. You got to be out here like owning who you are, owning what it is that you do. You have to be out here believing your vision more than anybody else. Okay? You have to be the one to pursue the thing in order to see the thing. No one's going to pursue it for you. Okay? All day today, I was thinking and contemplating. I was like, you know what? Maybe I could just do this video later. I can do it tomorrow. I can do it next weekend. I can do it this. I can do it that. But that wouldn't be me focusing on myself. That wouldn't be me focusing on the new me. That would be me focusing on the old me. Because the old me would love to be lazy. I gotta get up and go to work tomorrow. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna take this time for me and not do anything. You got some free time. Get your butt up. Put some makeup on. Like, push through. Put the work in. Get your butt up off this couch, Andrea. All right, we talking. And do what God is calling you to do. Put the video out. Make the content. Shift. Focus on yourself. Focus on the things that you actually want to do. You've been praying about this. Hello. You've been praying about this. God, if you could just give me some time. God, if you would just open up some time in my schedule. God, if you would just give me the camera. God, if you would just make a way for me to have all of these lights and the camera and the equipment and this and this and that. Like, I'm literally looking at everything that I pray for. The camera, the tripod, the light, the makeup station, the time to shift. It's time to shift. In order to really fully focus on yourself, you have to change your expectations. You have to change your expectations of people. People who you want to understand what's going on in your life. Like, you have to shift your mindset as well. As you begin to focus on yourself, you have to begin to look at things a certain way. You have to begin to open up your eyes and expand your mind to what you want to see, to what you actually want in your life. You have to begin to see that and focus on it and become laser focused in on it, that everything that's happening around you does not matter. Everything that's happening around you does not distract you from actually pursuing that thing that's in front of you. It's no more time like looking to the left, looking to the right. It ain't no time to be spinning back there in your past. Can we stop doing that? The past is back there for a reason. Let's move forward and go into the future. Like, let's focus on you. Let's stop wasting time focusing on the wrong stuff, focusing on the wrong people, focusing on the wrong pursuits. Let's stop getting distracted by what everybody else is doing on social media and what everybody else is doing around us, that we get off track and we get off our pivot trying to do what everybody else is doing and not doing what God told us to do. Okay, let's go ahead and shift. Let's shift our focus and our minds back onto us, back on our health, on our finances. Okay, that's another thing. I was never focused on my finances. Never. It was a thing of just, well, I got money this week. I probably won't have it next week, but I'll make it work. Do you want to continue to be broke? I mean, back then, you probably didn't have a choice, but now we're older now. Okay? We got a vision. We got things to do. We got ideas. We got books on the inside of us. We have things that God has given us to do. Okay? He has given us power to obtain wealth. Okay? Everything in your life shifts when your focus shifts. Okay? If you don't take anything else from this video, shift your focus. When you start focusing on you, when you start focusing on your health, your mental health, your wellness, all of these things, everything starts to change. And when you start to focus on you, you get a broader understanding of what it is that God wants you to do right then and there. It's like He gives you understanding in why you need to focus on your health, why you need to focus on your mental, why you need to focus on your finances. When you start focusing on the right things, then God gives you bigger pieces to the puzzle. How can He give you more pieces to the puzzle if you're over there focused on this man? Focused on your past, focused on partying and spending money and going on trips and doing this and doing that. How can He give you bigger pieces to the puzzle when your focus isn't where it needs to be? Okay, sis? I hope this video was helpful to you girls. I hope that you get into the mind frame of shifting your focus. And if you don't even know what that is, just start by thinking of where you want to be in the next 5 months. I'm not even going to say 5 years. Start thinking about where you want to be in the next 5 months. Where do you want to be by the end of 2024? Where do you want to be Where do you want your life to be? What do you want your life to look like at the beginning of 2025? Do you want to be more healthier? Do you want to be healthier? Do you want to be more financially secure, financially stable? Do you want to hit some of your goals, some of your targets? Do you want to have some of those things in your business taken care of? Like, what is it? You need to shift your focus now. Okay? Now, not tomorrow, not later. Now. So I hope you girlies love these types of videos. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell your friends about what we had talked about over here, because what? Make sure you journal. Okay? Get you a little journal. If you don't have a physical journal, if you have an iPhone, they have a journal app, which I just discovered today. Make sure you journal after this video and start thinking about your goals. Start writing some things down, making it plain, making it simple, making it obtainable, and begin focusing on those goals. What areas of your life do you want to start focusing on? Your health, your finances, your mental health, your femininity, like how you dress, your fashion, your sense of style, like your hair, like your beauty. Like, what do you want to focus on as you pursue womanhood, as you are coming into this season of womanhood? I love you girls, and look, we're gonna talk more about this. We got some more things to talk about, okay? But make sure you subscribe and come on back to the next video. Bye.